So I'd like to address a phenomena that's found in the Old Testament, the New Testament, and even in modern times. And it's the phenomena that when we're going through good times, we generally perceive God more, yet cry out to Him less. And when we're going through bad times, we generally perceive God less, but cry out to Him more. When you look at the Old Testament with King David, and he's running for his life from King Saul. And you can read about it primarily in the Psalms, and this goes on for years. And he gets to the point where he's saying, Lord, where are you? I mean, I'm crying out to you day and night, but you're not answering me. And then you look at Elijah after he's had his great victory with King Ahab, where he's called down, fire on top of Mount Carmel. And then in the next scene, he too, like David, is running for his life, and he's crying out to the Lord, and he's saying, Lord, where are you? And then, of course, the apostles in the New Testament after the crucifixion of Christ. Well, there they are in the upper room, and they're doing much the same thing as David and Elijah were doing. But of course, we know how all three events turn out. David becomes king, Elijah hears from the Lord and is restored, and the apostles, of course, hear from Christ as he appears to them numerous times. So the point I make, very simply, is that God is with us just as much in the bad times as He is in the good times. It's just that due to our emotions, that's the common factor, we often don't perceive Him in the bad times. Our sorrow and our depression can become so overwhelming that it blanks out, what is it now? The still small voice of the Lord. Remember that from 1 Kings, from Elijah? See, that's what happens. And not only that, but we tend to cry out to God less in the good times because we tend to become deceived, I would say, with our own success and our own self-sufficiency. And of course, you can look at King Hezekiah, who at the height of his power and fame showed the ambassadors from Babylon everything there was to show about Judah. And that, of course, would come back to bite Judah in the future. You don't hear about Hezekiah consulting the Lord, which is what he should have been doing. So the summary is simple. God is with us just as much in the bad times as He is in the good times. We just don't perceive it. And God demands that we cry out to Him just as much in the good times as we do in the bad times. I love you both.